They called you weak, didn't they? Mocked you. Ridiculed you. You were nothing but their source of amusement, a sideshow for their insecurities, the one they could laugh at to forget the emptiness of their lives. You were the easy target, the one they pointed at with smirks and whispered about behind closed doors, confident that you'd always be there, just a joke to them. But how wrong they were. People thrive on their illusions of superiority, thinking that by belittling others they elevate themselves. They mistook your silence for weakness, your patience for submission. But they never saw what was happening beneath the surface, did they? While they laughed, you learned. While they pointed, you sharpened. And while they mocked, you transformed. They thought they had you all figured out, thought you were harmless. A fool. But what they didn't see is that you were never the fool. You were the storm, lying in wait, and now your time is here. Tick-tock. Do you hear that? It's the sound of their certainty crumbling, the moment their mockery dies in their throats. You've changed the game, and they haven't realized it yet. But they will. You're not their punchline anymore. You're their reckoning. For too long, they've underestimated people like you, the ones who endure, who take the hits and keep standing. They think their power is permanent, that they're untouchable because they've never seen you rise. But oh, how high you're about to soar. And the higher they are, the harder they fall. Their arrogance, their smug superiority, it's all so fragile. And when you strike, when you finally unleash the fire they've been fueling all along, the terror in their eyes will be priceless. They thought they'd broken you, but every insult, every sneer, every degrading word they threw at you, it was fuel. Fuel to the fire inside you, the fire that's been waiting to consume them. They didn't understand that what they saw as weakness was your greatest strength. You've waited, you've endured, and now you're unstoppable. You are not just strong, you are a force born from their cruelty, shaped by their scorn, and now ready to turn their world upside down. They thought you were beneath them, but now you stand above them. They can't comprehend the power you hold. Their mistake wasn't in laughing at you, it was in thinking you wouldn't rise. But now you stand as a monument to everything they didn't see coming. And soon, they will cower. They never expected this, did they? The ones who laughed in your face, who thought their sneers could break you, they believed you were static, unchanging, something beneath their notice. But you become their greatest nightmare. You see, they were blinded by their arrogance, convinced their high perch was safe. They didn't realize the higher they stand, the harder the fall, and now they are teetering on the edge, oblivious to the fact that you are the force ready to knock them off their pedestal. Their world is fragile, built on the shaky foundations of superiority, and you are the earthquake they never saw coming. Every time they called you weak, you grew stronger. Every time they underestimated you, you became sharper. And now you've reached a place where their words hold no power. It's laughable, really. They thought they had control, but in truth, you were the one in control all along. You were the one who endured, who absorbed every blow without breaking because you were biding your time. And now, that time has come. What they mistook for weakness was simply patience, a quiet storm building beneath the surface. Now that storm has arrived. Then they have nowhere to hide. They can't run from what's coming. You are the culmination of every mistake they've made, every cruel word they've spoken. And now, the reckoning they never thought possible is here, staring them in the face. Their smirks will fade, their laughter will choke in their throats, and they will finally understand. They will understand that while they were busy tearing you down, they were unknowingly shaping the very force that will bring them to their knees. You see, the thing about power is that it shifts, and it always shifts toward those who are overlooked. You, the one they laughed at, the one they called weak, you are now the one they fear. And, oh, how sweet that fear will taste. The irony? They thought they had everything figured out, thought they held all the cards. But now they'll see that the real power has always been with you. Power isn't in the loudest voice, the cruelest insult, or the strongest punch. No, real power is quiet, patient, and unrelenting. It's the strength to take their mockery, absorb their cruelty, and let it fuel the fire burning inside you. And when that fire finally erupts, when you release the full force of what you've become, they'll understand just how badly they miscalculated. They'll see that you were never their victim, you were their reckoning, their undoing. And as they scramble, as their confidence shatters, you'll be standing tall, looking down at them with the knowledge that every laugh, every jab, every snide remark only made you stronger. Now you are their storm. And nothing can stop you. Now look at them. The ones who stood so tall, so certain of their dominance. Watch as they falter, their pride unraveling in real time. The smug smirks that once curved their lips are now replaced by wide-eyed fear, the dawning realization that they were wrong about you, so terribly wrong. They believed they could cage you in their mockery, bind you with their words, but what they didn't understand is that you were never meant to be contained. You were growing, evolving, preparing for the very moment that stands before you now, the moment where you take what's yours. Their downfall was inevitable the moment they chose to underestimate you. They saw only what they wanted to see: a victim, a punchline, someone to step on as they clawed their way up. But you were never meant to stay down. You were only gathering your strength, each blow they dealt becoming the foundation for your rise. And now that you've risen, they don't know what to do. They can't comprehend how the one they tried to bury now towers over them, casting a shadow so long it swallows their once bright confidence whole. Because here's the truth: they never wanted to face the power they thought they had was borrowed, a fleeting illusion that could never last. True power lies in resilience, in the quiet strength of those who endure without breaking, who absorb every hit without losing themselves. And you are the embodiment of that power. You are everything they feared deep down, the silent force they pretended didn't exist, the one they could laugh at because laughter was their only defense. But now there's no laughter left, just fear, raw and real. You are not what they expected, not the fragile thing they once saw you as. You are a force of nature, the storm with no mercy, and they will feel the full weight of your power. Let them tremble. Let them feel the cold grip of dread as they realize their arrogance was their undoing. Because now the tables have turned and you hold the reins. The power is in your hands, and they will understand, they will understand that there is nothing more terrifying than the rise of someone they believed was beneath them. The world is yours now, and there's no one left to stop you. They thought they could contain you, control you, but in reality they've unleashed something far beyond their understanding. And now, they will witness the full force of what they've helped create. Every insult, every jab, every piece of cruelty they fed you has only made you stronger, and now that strength is about to engulf them whole. You were their prey, but now you're the predator. You are the reckoning they never saw coming, the force they never imagined. And as they fall to their knees, as their world crumbles around them, they will finally see the truth: you were always stronger than they ever gave you credit for. And now, there's no stopping you. So stand tall and let them witness your rise. Let them see the unstoppable force you've become. Because now their reign is over, and your time has just begun.